Welcome back to No Man's Land, doing the Everything Challenge. We are excited today because the premium DLC is available. I've activated it in our save game. We've now got both platinum for all of the forestry stuff, and now we have premium for the carrots, beetroot, and parsnips. And we've already got the pumps and hoses, and the new Immersi pack also turned up. So lots of new things to do. We've just increased our number of productions and fields to do by a significant amount. I think there's 3 crops and I think 2 or 3 new buildings associated with that. Our first task for the day is to pick up these bales and get this field plowed and active. It's only January, so we've got a couple of months before the season starts for seeding. Actually, you can have a look at the calendar quickly. Where are we? Here it is. So we've been doing all of the stuff at the top, wheat and barley on our other field, and there's not much else to plant except for cotton in February, which I don't think we're going to do. And then the new premium expansion down the bottom, red beet, carrots, and parsnips, all in April. I think what I'm going to do is plow the up against the wheat field. So currently, we've got this shape. I think I'm going to turn this into a bigger rectangle, and we'll put wheat or barley in it normally across this whole thing. But to fill the void between this season and next, this blocks here will make into oats, and then over here, we'll have fun with the premium DLC and put in some carrots or something. One thing I do want to do is have a look at the store. I had a brainwave that we should probably do that. There's some interesting things in here. 56% off for a harvest is pretty good, and we are going to need one. I think that's a lower version, CH7. I'm pretty sure that's one of the lower ones. Yeah, it's one near the start. So 9,300 liters versus probably I was going to go for the top liner here. So it's about an extra 1,000 liters. It goes an extra 10 kph along the freeway, but that doesn't make much difference. Half price off makes it about the same price. I'm not going to go with this $75,000 one. It's just way too small. The actual head, we can go up to 8 meters, so it's not super wide, but the prices are quite nice. If we were to really push it, we'd have to go up an extra $100,000 or so, and we just don't have the money. We could rent it, I guess, but if we were somewhere around here, yeah, even the headers are getting more expensive, and they're still 7.5, 8.5. So I'm really tempted to get that out of the shop. It's quite a good price, but we're going to need another, what's that, $20,000, $30,000. So as we're doing this baling, or I should say picking up these bales, let's dump these in the shed, and then we will sell the silage that we have. It is January, absolute peak season for silage. So yeah, let's get these in. We'll get one load in. We'll check the price. If the price is, actually, we'll check the price right now. Is the price going up or down? So I don't want to waste any money if it's getting better or worse in the day. So it's already going down in Silvereye Market and steady in the farm shop. Let's get one load on. Get a time that started of this getting done, and then move on to selling some silage.
I don't want to be without you. This is something that I know for sure. It's just something about you. I just want more. Tell me what you want to do right now. Tell me what you want to do tonight. I really don't care as long as I'm with you. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. into my eyes, you can use them as a mirror. You're my ticket to paradise.
About 6 to go. I think we were able to sell 33, so that brought in about $50,000 or $60,000, which was quite healthy. I noticed that the chairs were not set to distribute to sell, so I quickly changed that. Technically, I needed to use a forklift to move those chairs, but basically a human being could have picked up those pallets and moved them around, so I wasn't too worried about using super strength. I've said it before, I'll use super strength when the game kind of is being a little bit silly, when you knock over some equipment or something. I don't want to use it too often. Looks like we got 24 plus 13, so 37 new grass bales, so that's pretty healthy. Another $50,000 or $60,000 when we sell it. I really like this storage shed that they added a couple of updates ago. It was added for Xbox reasons, I believe, so the object limit in the world wasn't a problem anymore. It's just nice and neat and tidy. I just like it. It's a very clean type of production or silo. We'll just leave that there. It can do its thing, and then we are up to plowing, which I believe is over here. So the tongs go towards me. Keep on forgetting which way around it goes. There we go. I don't know if there's any logs, stumps left in that property. I'll pick up the stump grinder just in case I find that I hit one as I'm going along. But I don't expect actually to need it. Alright, so yeah, not really talking much right now at the start of this episode. I just want to get the ground done. So we'll start another time lapse in just a sec. My plan here is to extend this field on our left out square, and we'll make like a road across here, and then we'll have another field to our right. I don't want the carrots and that new premium stuff to be too big a field, just because the harvesting is quite laborious. I'll probably leverage a friend to do some of the harvesting, so we'll do that multiplayer. I think that looks okay. We'll turn on allow create fields, which is Y. Might start forward a bit just so I don't destroy that crop. And yeah, we'll start making a square. It's going to get nice and square on the, let's get the mini map the way I like it. Nice and square on the mini map. 899 right now. This field is quite wide. I do plan to go all the way up to the boundary. I think it's probably about one plough width short of the boundary for it to fit next to that forest. We do have a bit of money. I am tempted to get this before it disappears in the sale. We'll change to BKT tires, which keeps the wheel setup cheaper. $15,000. I think that's an okay decision. We haven't got the biggest of fields right now, and so I think we can deal with that. 50,000 still in the bank. That should be enough for us to get some type of spreader. My plan on this field, now that we have a bit of money and know what we're doing, is to put lime down. Let's see how far we can go here. Probably about there. Let's see how that looks when we square it out. I'll get to 0 degrees on the compass and make that a nice box. I'm actually tempted to go one more pixel to the left just to get rid of that. Alright, we'll go up here. I'm just using the Xbox controller here. I don't have any mods that help me straighten out the way it's driving. I'm just doing this manually with an Xbox controller. I've been looking at the new Thrustmaster sim farming joystick thing. It's coming up to Thanksgiving in America here. And is tempted to buy it as part of Black Friday sales. I don't know if it's even going to be on sale if it's so new, but it's tempting. It does look a lot of fun. Oh, if I go all the way up to where the grass is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we get one? I have a Tobii Eye Tracker. You can see that here by looking around. I bought that for farm sim reasons. Don't tend to use it too much. I just find that being in this third-person view more enjoyable. But maybe the stick will be different. Saying that though, I'm kind of proficient with the Xbox controller. I don't have too many issues in pulling off the weird key combinations to achieve what I want to do. When it comes to this rock, I'm going to make it so that the harvester isn't going to fight with it. So we'll kind of make a square box around it. Yeah, I think we'll just make a rectangle. So we'll continue here. And I think I'm just going to waste this crop and extend it out. It's only a couple of rows worth. We'll make this bigger for the future. And then let's go fill in that box and make the other one. We'll see you at the other end of the time lapse.
First glance, they'll never save the lessons for you. Hey, don't call me up. I know you know what you did, so I'm turning the radio up. Don't wanna hear it's too late for apologize. Lately I've realized that what goes around comes back around. Hey, hey. What goes around comes back around. Hey, hey. What goes around comes back around. What goes around comes back around.
It'd be a bit of an understatement if I didn't say that that was a lot of ploughing. Took about 15 minutes of real time. Hopefully the time lapse wasn't too bad. Have a little strip to do here on the left. The next thing I want to do is think about putting lime on this field. We didn't do it on the wheat field, but it was quite small. But this field's a bit bigger, and you know, yield and stuff like that is starting to creep in just by the scale of what we're doing. One last whip round. I think I might skip that field at the top for now. We'll deal with that probably in either next month or even in the month where it's due to be seeded in April, if it's going to be something like a carrot crop. Mainly because I don't know what our money situation is going to be and whether we'll be able to afford the new premium expansion root crop type materials like the machinery and stuff. We may have to just accept that we can't afford it this time round. I do like the idea of doing not only the new stuff but things like potatoes and stuff, because it does pay really, really well. So I think I might just put in a very simplistic road so we know where it is. I'm just going to square this up. And I think probably about that wide's enough. And then we'll square this up a bit. I don't know how wide I want to make this because I'm going to go up and down with those root crop harvesters, and they're all very narrow. So I don't know if I want to get too wide if I do it. Where's the land kind of starts curving uphill here. So yeah, we'll just use that as one marker. So just so we know where the end of the field is. The point here is just to get the road marked in so I know where I should and shouldn't be driving. Is that wide enough? Yeah, it should be wide enough. And I'll draw in some maybe dirt tracks or something at some point later. And so we'll get to a little bit more to the right. There we go. And then the next thing I want to do actually is fill this thing up with petrol. It's getting a little bit low. This is not straight. Let me get this fixed. Yeah, it's very subtle movement on the Xbox controller. This will just pencil in where we're aiming for. And I think I'll just leave this plough near this field. Most likely it's where it's going to get used next. We don't need to line up this old field because it's going to turn into one massive field. So I'm tempted to stop this about here. Fold that up and we'll just leave that here for now. There was one tree, so that was beneficial. So it was good that we brought that with us. So let's drop this off, and then we need to find out how are we going to get lime onto the property. We've got $60,000. I think I'm going to park this over here where the smaller machinery is. I'm not sure if this grass is ready to do yet. I mean, it says it's ready to harvest. And it's got the little tendrils on the end, so I think it may be ready. Oh, bit of lag there. So we may have to do that sooner than later too. I think it's in December and January where the grass doesn't grow. So I think I might wait for another month before I try that, just see if I can get one more level of growth. Because it says you can harvest it when it's not at full capacity. Run up here and let's see what spreader is available. There's our new harvester that we got for half price. Oh, before I forget, let's put some petrol into this thing. Don't want to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere. It is our only piece of machinery, so that would be problematic. If you reset it, it comes back to home and it puts a tiny amount of petrol in the tank, so you can afford to drive from the reset point over to this refill point. So it isn't the worst thing in the world, but I think we're better off putting the fuel in right now. All right, let's see what spreaders there are. Where's it under? Spreaders. Okay. Manure, fertilizer spreaders. So we need something that can do both fertilizer and lime. So it looks like the green one can't, and this green one can't. So it's either this one or this one. $78,000. It's huge, which is great, but we just can't afford it. This one's also really expensive and really up against our money cap. I think the wise thing to do is just lease it today, and we'll worry about buying it later. 2,300 versus 4,000. I'm going to lease the slightly more expensive one just because I know that it takes a huge amount of lime to cover a field. So let's drive over here, pick this up. We only have seeds and fertilizer at the moment on the ground there. I'm tempted to do fertilizer quickly on the current wheat field, get that over and done with and get these bags out of the way. So let me see if I can back over here and get the correct ones. We don't want the seed to be picked up. And then we'll buy the lime and do that new field. Ooh, very little. I think we'll have to buy some more. Get the right menu. And we'll buy... just buy 4 more. And then we can use the spreader here to actually pick them up and then unload them in the yard. We're getting a lot of lag here. I'm very tempted to get out the harvester, the logging harvester, and cut these trees down right in front of us. There's some nice big ones in there. Let's have a look at our production to see how much wood we have. So we've got plenty of wood, just nobody using it. It's been distributed to the chair factory, and it's also full too. It's got 18,000 full. We're producing 4 times 4,800, so 16, nearly 20,000 planks per day. And the chair factory is only consuming 48 times 125, so 50 times 60, only about 3,000. So we're producing way more than we are consuming. So we can definitely afford to put down another production that consumes planks, but we just don't have the money. I'm pretty sure those productions are in the $100,000 range. Well, that barely filled that, but it will allow us to get this small wheat field done. I think because of that hill, I'm tempted to go acrosswards. I didn't buy the big spreader, so that was a mistake, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's on cruise control and quickly look at the map to see what is happening. And so we can see, yeah, that is... Oh, it's good. The grass over here where we cut it doesn't need it, so that's actually a bit of a saving. Are we wide enough? No, we're not. We're going to need to be a little bit more to the right. I don't know if we want to fertilize this right now before a seeding. I don't think that's... Oh, it does work, but I think we'll do it after we've put down the lime. I'm not sure we can see it very obviously on the ground. No, we can't. We have to rely on the mini-map here. And we have to go a bit more to the left. We can see our car tracks over there, so that gives us some guide at least of where we were. All right, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Alright, that's the fertilizer done. Wasn't easy at all to see where I was going, but we'll go up here and get the lime started. That will definitely be a lot easier to see. We're probably going to need, I'm guessing, about 8 bags. Luckily it's not too expensive. We'll buy 8. At the worst, we have to just drop it off in the yard. Just try to make sure that we pick up the lime here and not the seeds. Actually, I don't think this will let me pick up the seeds anyway, based on what type of spreader it is. Lime doesn't go very far. That's a big field. Yeah, I'm going to probably buy another 8. At worst, as I said, we have to drop it off on our field. Because this thing's huge and it's going to be a great way to transport it. We're paying for it by the hour, so we might as well use it for all of its abilities. So there's 2,000 per bag. And I think this thing's probably going to be good for about 16,000. So maybe only 8 of them will get used. At worst, some of them stay here. Nearly 16,000 on board. Let's see how far that will go. I'm guessing we're going to use 10 bags, maybe? Only way to find out is actually try to go do it. I'm going to let the worker do this, because they're going to do a better job than I am. Unless... Yeah, we'll let the worker do that. And we'll have to come from that back to that stripe. My next plan is to jump into this new harvester and get it out of the way. Let's get this back home. Good looking model. It's got gas in it, so we don't have to worry about filling it up. That's good news. Wear and tear's not the worst, not the best either. I do believe once you get down to a certain point, you do lose yield. So that is a bit of a concern. Let's have a look inside, see what it looks like. The Tobii lets us look around pretty easily. Very similar joystick that you'll be using, like the new one that came out for the Thrustmaster. Got some cool AC controls and stuff. Yeah, it's quite a cool model actually. Good windscreen, yeah, good field of view. I'm just going to park it down here with our other heavy machinery. Let's park it on the far side of this, I think. We still have to buy a header for it, but we'll worry about that when the crop comes. Right, I'm going to jump over to our logging machine and see if we can fix some of our frame rate while the worker is busy doing the liming. It's going to cut down, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 of these big trees. This sawmill's got plenty of capacity left in it to accept wood. Nobody wants any, but we might as well use the time that we have to get something done. So let's cut down some logs, and I'll see you after a pretty short time lapse. With this one, we've thinned out the trees quite nicely. Kind of helped ourselves twofold. With the frame rate, hopefully, and it's always good to get more timber as well. We'll have to wait for the tractor to be finished so we can go grab the trailer to pick these up. No major rush. The sawmill has plenty of wood left in it. I think for now, I'm just going to leave this parked in here. Probably should return it to the base, but yeah, we've got about, I don't know, 1, 2, maybe 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 6 or 7, 8, 9, maybe 8 or 9 even. About 9 trees done. Let's go check on the tractor. Looks like it's navigated past the stone pretty successfully. My goal there was to make it so that a worker can do a U-turn. It's good to see that the ground we're on is fully fertilized. It does need lime, but you can't do that at this stage. There's no weeds in it. I'm pretty sure plowing gives you that benefit. It looks like it got halfway down this one and then decided not to go any further. Sometimes that's because there is a stump in the way. I don't see one. So we'll have to watch that when we're harvesting to see if the harvester also decides to stop on this piece of land. But I'm not seeing a stump anywhere on the path in that piece of land. But it could be, with the texture changes, it could have been a very low cut and it could be inside the dirt now. We've also had a partial one over here. I mean, you're never really going to get all the perfect widths so everything is happy. I have no idea whether the combine's going to be a nice increment of this. You just have to deal with what happens, I guess. I think I'm going to run over here. I'll jump in, take over control of this, save some wage payment, and I'll see you when this finishes. And it looks like we'll make the whole thing with just one load. So about 16,000, 15,000 worth. We'll still run up to the shop and fill this up and then dump the spares off at the yard. Been quite a good machine. I'm wishing I got the wider spreader, but it just costs time rather than money. It's kind of rounded out the day nicely anyway. It'll be 5 o'clock before we end. And we'll probably call that an episode. I'll, of course, check all the waters and all that stuff, all the greenhouses, but that's that field made and ready for sowing. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time as we do everything on the No Man's Land map. Thanks for watching.